I've had enough. People will just think they can come into your life and make a mess out of it and get out. Ha! You need to wake up. Hi guys, my name is Ndamati and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're seeing this lovely face, ensure it's not your last. And if it is not, thank you for coming back here to watch my videos and supporting my hustle as a content creator here on YouTube. It means so much to me. So do well to pretty please subscribe and turn on your notifications and just, do the needful, comment, just engage. It will mean a lot to me. I really have had enough. I think I've gotten to that point where I've had it up to here. And it's very overwhelming half of the time. You know what? I'm here to vent. I've had enough of the playing it safe. I've had enough of the being overly compensating, overly accommodating, always playing small to accommodate other people, always toning myself down just so I can make people who were not even meant to be on my table comfortable. And I don't know if that even makes any sense, but I think on Friday evening, I had this epiphany. I was just exhausted and fed up. Yeah, maybe a few things happened that got me to this point, but I've had enough. And this video is for the people who are tired, for the people who are not. I'm not talking about the physical tiredness. I'm talking about the emotional tiredness. For people who are tired of trying to be good. For people who have given out so much and gotten so little. For people who are exhausted and have just had enough. And I've been thinking about myself as a woman. And, of course, I'm a woman, but I've been thinking of myself as a woman, being a woman, the strength and the power that I have that I do not recognize. And it is a thing of pain and sadness when you have all of these things as a woman. Not just any woman, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're everything, but still you end up being taken for granted. And please know, this is not about a man, it's not about a relationship. It is even about life in general. It is exhausting, and I'm here to have a conversation about that, about becoming her. Because this is a season of me becoming her. And I'm exhausted and tired of not becoming that person, hoping that maybe somehow one day the miracle will happen and I'll change. But a miracle wouldn't necessarily happen if I do not self reflect, introspect, and think deeply about what I want for myself and from other people. If I keep moving around like, oh, let's go with the flow, it will continue to be that way because people will just think they can come into your life and make a mess out of it and get out. And yes, I've had enough of that bullshit. Sorry for my French. I've had enough of that. And yes, if you've had enough, this video is for you. I'm not exactly happy. When you've got to that point in your life where you're like, I'm not happy with my life. I need to do better. I need to do more. And you start feeling in your heart of hearts that at this stage in my life, I should feel safe within myself, but I don't feel safe within myself. And that is a problem. And I know I'm not the only one going through this. There are people who have to think about so many things. In fact, being in your 20s is a whole lot. And talking about it sometimes I feel like I'll sound like a talkative or a parrot. I just want to talk, talk, talk. No. But I have gotten to that point where if I want to become somebody, if that woman that I so desperately want to be, that does not take nonsense, that has her standards intact, that has her values intact, that knows what she wants and knows how to go about getting what she wants, then I need to put in the work. I cannot keep waiting for life to throw me curveballs before I say okay. But then here I am, Life threw me curveballs, and I had to jump to the reality that I've had enough. I'm not doing this whole thing anymore. And when I'm doing this whole thing, it is playing nice. Don't get me wrong, I haven't been playing nice, but I don't plan to change from being a nice person, being a kind person, as that is who I am and how I was brought up to be. Maybe if I was brought up by people, evil parents, maybe I would have turned out to be horribly bad, like rude, mean, callous with my words, all that kind of stuff. But fortunately for me, I grew up with parents who instilled a certain level of understanding on how to treat human beings and how to treat people. So I'm actually proud that they actually had to put me through that process of becoming the person that I am today. However, in most cases, I have come to realize that not all the time, it's not all the time that it will work for me in the real world. And for someone like me who was introduced to the real world pretty late, because I kind of started understanding things about myself and about life. Okay, not about myself, but about life and the outside world, the real world, pretty late in my opinion, because people were already 2 steps and 3 steps ahead. And I was like, what is going on? I'm clueless. If I delve deeper into how I'm feeling and my thought process, I want to make my channel about becoming her. And I want to I want to show you guys through that journey of becoming her, even in my confusion about what I really want to do myself, even in anything at all, but with more depth, with more authenticity, with more truth. Of course, I've been all of these things and more, but I feel like I am getting to that point where I want to niche my brand and my content into becoming her. This is who Oma used to be 2, 3 years ago. And in 2030, you see a different kind of Oma who is now more sure of herself, who now understands who she is on this earth. I'm on a journey to becoming that. And that is why I have decided to allow myself be and become that person I want to be with intentional efforts, with consistency, with discipline, with showing up for myself in ways that I did not show up for myself years ago. That is where I'm at the moment. I really want other women like me or girls like me who are fed up to actually join me on this journey. Or even if you're a guy as well, join me on this journey of becoming, because I'm sure you're tired. I'm sure you're tired of playing small. I'm sure you're tired of nit picking. I'm sure you're tired of thinking in small caps and not in big caps, if you get what I mean. Like, because I am right here just living life and not putting a timeline. Of course, God has his own plans. But if you're just living life with, let's go with the flow, life will actually go with the flow with you and show you premium pepe. And we are not about that life. This, with the realization that I've come with the understanding that I have of life and myself, I am not willing. Oma is not willing to actually remain where she is. And I hope that you're not willing to remain where you are. Because there's a thin line between realizing that, okay, I have all of this knowledge and actually using them for your own advantage. There's a thin line between that. So why do we have all of this knowledge and let it just simmer down? Why don't we use it for our own advantage of becoming somebody? Why do we have to keep playing the supporting role in our own story? Why? I've realized how I've played small all my life. I've tried to please. It's even hard for me to actually admit that I was a people pleaser growing up. And even up until a few weeks ago, that I realized that, okay, girl, you've had enough. Like, this is actual BS. No, we are not having this. This is complete nonsense. And someone cannot come into your life and tell you this is who you are when you know who you are, especially in Christ. Who are they? What do they know about you? Do they know the number of hair on your head? Do they know your father, the one who created you intricately? And you allow people tell you who you are? What the actual hell? Sorry for my language, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed at myself for actually being putting myself in a box after all these years of trying to tell myself that, oh, I don't want to be in a box. But I think that aspect of me saying, okay, I don't want to be put in a box was in my career, the career aspect. I always wanted to be a free bird, make money and not have to sit in the office 247. I knew that right from time. But aside from that, I will not be put in a box with friendships, relationships, or the propaganda that have been placed on these things for me to build to. Things that were not meant for me. When I can actually simply carve out my own story. So what are we doing? I had to ask myself that question. Oh my, what are you doing? Really, what are you doing about your life right now? And it has gotten to the point where I've come to realize that, okay, the reason why I have been the way I am is because I've been too afraid. I've been too afraid to be myself. And it's not like there are not people out there who, if I authentically be myself, that they will not come or resonate or just flow with me. It's not like I can't find those kind of people, but I've come to a point where I've realized that I'm not bold. I'm not bold enough to demand from life what I want. I'm not bold enough or brave enough to actually stand and speak up for myself. And sometimes things will happen and I'm realizing that, why am I quiet? Have you been in a situation where someone insulted you, said things to you in your face, and you did not realize that was an insult? I told myself, it is when you actually now step out, you've gone home and you're thinking about what happened, the conversation, the person saying it, how they said it, their words, you realize that you've just been insulted deeply and you didn't even realize it. What level of no self-awareness is that? Because it just costs to say that all the self-awareness that I thought I had since morning is nothing if I do not realize when somebody is putting me down, if I do not realize that somebody is making me feel small. And it's a game, it's a tactic to make you feel that way. So you, on the other hand, naturally, because you're not that kind of person, you're not manipulative, you just easily want to, you just hear what they are saying and accept it, or digest it and feel like that's who you are, or just take it as it comes with what they say. And before you know it, you're finding yourself in a relationship, a friendship, or with people who can easily manipulate you. Girl, are you listening? This is this is the height of it. This is where you say no. And I understand the fear that comes with saying no because you want to be loved and you want to be liked. Half the time back in the day, I used to fear not being liked, especially when it comes to people that I like. I find myself still like bending myself for their own comfort, disregarding mine, just so they can be comfortable. What happened to you? What happened to you, Oma? You just stay, make them they use you, they catch cruise. As per what? As per you don't know who you are before. I've also come to understand that fear has been a barrier for me where I overthink. Another second thing that I've thought about again that has been my major problem is overthinking. Overthinking is a killer and a stealer of joy. I'm sorry to say, I used to think that overthinking was just my thing. And sometimes I overthink myself too. Like I overthink situations and they now manifest to be right. And that is not a good thing in my opinion. I mean, I want to live, I see how overthinking can be good to protect you, but I also see how it can be bad. How I've deprived myself of certain opportunities just because I was overthinking it. Playing small should not be the case here. And that is what we are cutting out. That is what we're cutting off. We've got by our side because I've come to realize that I really can't actually do it on my own because it is not easy to actually come to this self-awareness and realize that enough is enough and I cannot take this BS anymore. I want to be able to speak my mind, even if my voice is shaky, even if I cry. I don't care if I'm seen as weak, but I will speak my mind and not hold anything back. Ha! You need to wake up. You need to wake up. And that waking up starts now. For me, it started a few days ago. And I cannot even go into the detail as to why I had to wake up. It was something very minute, so it's very small. And you're just realizing that nobody has the right to talk to you the way they do, especially when it is such a disrespectful manner. Nobody has the right to make you do things that you said you don't want to do. Say no with your full chest. Stop trying to over explain. Stop trying to be too nice. Stop over giving. Stop over compensating, over accommodating. I mean, I'm at that point where I'm excruciatingly tired. But that is not weakness, it's a strength for me because it is waking me up to clarity of myself that okay, this is what I can't condone and this is what I can condone. Now at this point in my life, I say no without guilt. And I'm at that point where I walk away when I feel unsafe and disrespected. The moment I sense it, not once, not twice, that I felt unsafe emotionally around people that should have made me feel comfortable, that should have made me feel great enough to actually express myself. Omo, I'm out. Audacity is your birthright. You're choosing power over pity. No, I'm not going to be there doing that rubbish with you. I'd rather just walk away. After this epiphany that I had, I came up with about 4, 5 things that I told myself that this is me in my full regalia of becoming her. I'm not there yet, but I'm on that journey. And there are a few things that I feel like are going to stand out for me and I'm standing by. And I feel like you should do so too, especially if you're in that same thought process as I am right now. So, right now, what does becoming her look like for me? Number one is to stop chasing validation. And that is me coming to the realization that I've been over explaining myself a lot to people. There's actually no need for that, especially you mean something to me. You're clamoring for people to affirm your feelings, to accept you, to make you feel worthy, to make you feel great about yourself. No, that era is gone. If they don't understand you, so be it. No need chasing validation. No need trying to over explain yourself, except there is a need to. And that over explaining yourself, you don't have to say too much. Say what you have to say, simple and straightforward, and move on. No need to start saying Amaka went to the market and the market was bushy, and then they missed that you're enough of that. Speak up for yourself. Even if your voice is shaky and you want to cry and things are just going, your emotions are all over the place. Speak up. And if you need time to go and think about it, then come back. Make sure you speak up for yourself. Don't let anybody determine for you how they should make you feel. And even if they do make you feel that way, sit with the emotions, come back and tell the person no to that. Don't do that anymore. And if they want to flex their muscle too, apply emotional intelligence when you're speaking to them. And still, if they try to still flex muscle, guess what? You step out of that situation because you are not meant to be there in the first place. Another thing again is to romanticize my life, no matter how small. The beauty of romanticizing your life, it is bliss because first of all, you get to watch yourself from your own lens. When I say that is how people see you. So you start seeing yourself the way people see you. Like you can now watch a video of how you walk, how you talk, how you eat, how you do everything, and you realize that these are perks and quirks about myself that I actually do like, and people get to see and even get to love as well. So, duh. So learn to romanticize your life, no matter how little, no matter how small. Another thing about what becoming her looks like for me is setting boundaries, and setting boundaries emotionally, physically, spiritually, and socially. There are certain things you said you will not do. Make sure you stand by your word and don't do them. And also, um, set boundaries, healthy boundaries. Boundaries in the sense that you don't want things to be done in a certain way. Communicate that with emotional intelligence once again, so you don't make the other person feel like you don't want them in your space, things like that. Because for someone like me, I'm like, there are certain things that I might start showing irritation in certain ways and you just code and you start feeling a certain way. Like just set healthy boundaries. It's important to set healthy boundaries because this this era of your life, this period of your life, or this journey that you're embarking on, you need to set healthy boundaries. If not, people are going to trample on it like no man business. So this is the time for you to actually think about your boundaries and set them now. Another thing for me is to choose peace and protect my energy. The moment I sense BS around me from a mile away, nah, you're getting out of my life. I'm not even going to give you the benefit of doubt, because giving people the benefit of doubt has not led me thus far. You keep accommodating rubbish from people, and it keeps leaving you in complete devastation of what they had done to you, of how they've manipulated you, of how they made you feel small. Enough of that. We say no to that. So yeah, these are the things that make me understand that this is my journey of becoming her and what it looks like for me. And I feel like you should also imbibe all of this into your life so we can actually become her in the future. Because 1 year from now, to be a thing of joy to actually look back at our lives and say, okay, there's a huge growth, there's development in my life thus far. You'll be like, wow, I have actually grown. I'm better at my relationships. I know how to speak my mind. I know how to stand up for myself. I know how to be the person that I've always wanted to be. I'm becoming that person. And that is why I have themed my YouTube channel Becoming Her. It is such a breakthrough epiphany for me, because aside from having conversations with friends and all of that, I want to put you guys through the journey of becoming that person that I've always wanted to be. And that person is someone that is free of financial crisis, that is that has healthy, great, good, grounded relationships, be it friendships, be it partnerships, be it anything whatsoever. It is becoming the best version of myself authentically, without having to overextend myself, without having to numb myself of certain things, allowing myself be. So there are certain things that I'm going to embrace, and there are certain things that you have to cut off in this journey of becoming her. If you've evaluated your life and had to introspect and think deeply about what you want and what you don't want, then you're on the right path. You're one step closer to becoming her. You're one step closer to becoming that person you've always wanted to be. And that is my goal this period. Other things would have to do with impacting lives and being the person that God has called me onto this earth to become. That is finding my purpose, which sometimes I always think that, oh, I don't know my purpose. Sometimes we do know, but we just shy away from it, and we don't even realize that we're running away from that purpose that God has called us to. Maybe because we feel like we need it to be grand, we need it to be big. It doesn't have to be big. It could be small, something as small as starting a YouTube channel and having a conversation like this, with the aim to impact, to inspire, to encourage people. And that is why I am here. In a little way that I can, I will do it in the best of my ability. So far, by the grace of God, God on my side, I'll keep doing what I can. And that's on period. So yeah, guys, that is all from here. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I know I started this video with Vex, but while I was talking, I was also speaking to myself, and yeah, pretty much it. And I'm happy that I got to have this conversation and turned it around into something that was positive to encourage and inspire you as well. So yeah, drop a comment in the comment section about what you're done saying yes to, and learn to say no, baby girl. Let's say no and stand by your no. Make nobody stress. Nobody, if anybody give it to them back. And I'm not saying tit for tat, an eye for an eye, no. I'm only saying that you should learn to know when people start behaving funny, you take a step back. Probably don't have to walk away, you probably have to run, because that person might destroy the thing you have built for so long. So yes, enough is enough. And if enough is enough for you, join me on this journey of becoming her. Thank you so much. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me if you do. Thank you, and have a fantastic day. Bye. Mwah.